My name is Josh Hardnen, and we're here at 11 Madison Park. I'm going to be making a sunflower salad for you guys. So to start, I wanted to talk about the ingredient that's probably the most unique about the dish, is the actual sunflowers. So these are pretty general sunflower that you'll see growing around. There's a few different types. Some of them are super bitter and astringent. This variety is something that we grow at our farm that we find to be less bitter and less medicinal tasting. We try to utilize everything on the flower itself. What it actually looks like when we break it down is something like this. So we clean the whole flower, we clean the stamen from the center, we remove the petals, and we keep it in acidulated water. You really want to clean all the green off. It's super fibrous, and then you break it down just to the core. And then when it's cooked, you actually end up with a texture that's similar to artichokes. This is an example of some that are cooked. These have been cooked in a white wine and vegetable stock with a little bit of saffron. And that helps with the discoloring as well, because they start out pretty pale and pretty white. So if you add like a little bit of saffron, it gives it a nice kind of yellow golden color to them. The salad's gonna be paired with some summer beans, some yellow wax beans, a little bit of green tomatoes that have been pickled, some sunflower seeds, a little bit of a mustard aioli, and then we try to do different varieties of the petals themselves. So we've baked some chips that are simply baked with a little bit of olive oil and salt in between silpats and roasted at 300 degrees in the oven. And then we have some that we fermented. We fermented them with a rice paste, a little bit of chili, a little bit of garlic and onion, similar to what you would do for a kimchi. And then we have some that are just fresh that have been washed and cleaned. To start building the salad, we use a rectangular mold. We're going to pipe in 4 dots of the garlic aioli that's spread out evenly within the mold. On top of that, we're going to place some of our summer bean salad that has epazote, a little bit of yuzu, a little bit of chili, and green beans folded into it. Now this is probably one of the most difficult parts of building the salad, is just getting it into the mold in an even layer. And something that we use to help with this process is that we take an offset spatula and we bend that back in an even layer. Just work from one end to the other until you have just even sides. You want to make sure that your salad is not too wet when you pack it into the mold. Otherwise, the juices are going to push out the sides and you're going to end up with something that you're not really happy with. Once you have that, you're going to remove the mold. Now we're just going to place some piles of pickled green tomatoes, just for a pop of acidity. These have been pickled in a white balsamic pickling liquid. After that, we're going to do some candied sunflower seeds. These have been cooked in a simple syrup. You let the sugar reduce down, you place them into a colander, and then you rinse off any of the excess sugar quickly, and then you fry it in an oil that's at about 350 degrees. From here, we're going to add some of our kimchied sunflower petals. They're pretty strong, so we don't really need to add too many. Just adds like a little bit of funk and a little bit of acid to the dish. And you want to spread these out evenly so you don't get too much in one bite. Then from here, we're going to start adding our sunflower petals. We're going to start at the top of the dish. We're going to do some thinly sliced yellow wax beans in between each layer. The sunflower chips we're going to add on last because they will go limp. And one by one, keep plating until you get to the base. And add one more bean just to finish it off, just so that the salad is fully covered. Now another fun part of this is we've taken the sunflower marigold, these pieces here, we've thinly sliced them and layered them out onto a piece of parchment. So it's naturally pretty sticky itself, so you can actually take that with your offset spatula and lift it up, and it should stay in one piece. If it does break apart, you can always fix it. If it sticks to the paper, you want to make sure you lift that first, and then press it on just lightly. So now you can see it's kind of lifted up on one side, and you can just press it down just so slightly in the center. the chips that we made and just tuck them under in between the rows. These are nice just to give it a little bit more texture, but they're also just adding a nice natural color to it. Then from here, we're just going to finish it with a little bit of a yuzu citrus vinaigrette. And we're just going to brush over the veil just because it does dry out a little bit. Then to finish, a little bit of fleur de sel. That's it. So here you have a summer bean salad with sunflowers, epazote, and yuzu.